Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today we have a major inspirational, motivational, declutter, reorganize, deep clean with me video. It's over 2 hours long, so I hope that this gives you tons of motivation. We're going to get into my kitchen, into my pantry, into my master bath. We're going to be doing some cleaning, some decluttering, some organizing. We're just going to get it all done in this video. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. If you guys like seeing these videos, let me know and I will definitely keep doing them. So that way you guys can just play this in the background while you guys are cleaning, to give you guys inspiration, to give you guys ideas, to give you guys motivation to keep going. And I hope that it does just that. So without further ado, that is what my pantry used to look like. By the way, I wanted to mention all of these things that I have implemented into my life, as far as all of the organizational systems, they are all still working to perfection, and I'm absolutely obsessed. So I hope that you guys do get some tips from this video, and maybe some life-saving, life-changing hacks or something, or things that will help you to make life easier, because that's exactly what all of this has done for me. Yes, it took some time and effort, but I'm so glad that I was able to get it done, and I hope that this video gives you that inspiration to also get it done. Everything that is new and whatnot that I've showed in these videos, I will link down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into our 2-hour marathon of deep cleaning, decluttering, organizing, and all that.
Could be wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into a room and closed the door behind me. I never gave the key to you, even though I wanted to. I should be trying something new, but now my body's aching. I'm tired of dwelling in the dark, it's just that my heart can't take it. I didn't know what it would cost me when I let you go.
Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today's video is going to be a major kitchen, well, not major because it's not the whole kitchen, but I'm just taking baby steps little by little. So in this video, we're attacking the spice cabinet and the oil and vinegar cabinet, which, as you can see, is a huge, ginormous mess, but it's not going to stay this way for very long. And then we're also going to get into the fridge and kind of make it a little extra and make it fancy. And it looks amazing. And then also, these drawers have been driving me crazy because we keep stuffing things in them, and then they were getting to the point where you couldn't even shut them anymore. So anyways, we're going to work on those as well. And then these are the little containers that I bought for my spices. This came with the little labels, a little chalk marker, and then these are little bottles, which I absolutely love. They look amazing, and it just looks so good in my spice cabinet now. It also came with a funnel, and then these are the little containers that I bought. All of this stuff, by the way, is from Amazon. Those are for the fridge, and then these little dispensers are for my oil and vinegar, which I love because it has measuring in that little cup, and it goes up to, I think, 3 teaspoons and then a tablespoon. So I'm super excited about that, and I've been loving them. So here we're just going to get into the spice cabinet and go through my spices. They were just out of control, and whenever I went to cook, I hated going into that cabinet because it was, again, so out of control. I literally found one of these. I think I was like, oh my God, this one right here. It was like 2014 it expired. So I was going through decluttering things, looking through to see if what I was using, what I wasn't using, and I'll get to that in a minute. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and take everything out, look and see what we got and what we're working with, and start with a fresh slate and fresh empty cabinets.
Call back. Do you ever pick up on that phone? Stop pretending I don't know you're home. I guess not. Do you ever respond? Explain it all again. Tell me why you don't wanna be friends. I guess not. Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Do I ever let go? Let go of the days I wish we had. Stop crying over things I can't take back. Not yet. Do I ever forget? Erase your pretty face inside my head. Wishing you the best of life instead.
So as you can see, the second thing that I did after taking everything out was go ahead and start putting my spices in my new jars, which look amazing. I loved these jars when I picked them out. This is the reason why I wanted them, was because they had the labels already printed for the top and then also for the actual jar. And they also have some where they are blank. So if you have something specific that they don't have printed out or pre-labeled, you can totally do it yourself. So I love these. I got them from Amazon. Again, I will link them down below, along with everything else that you see in this video that is new.
Baby, no, I don't wanna go. You know how much I hate sleeping alone. I can never make it on my own. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. Tell me how I'm gonna.
I love that the jars came with side labels. However, they were just a little bit too small for my preference. I figured that it was hard enough for me to read them as I was looking at them like this, let alone trying to cook and trying to decipher between onion powder and garlic powder and all the others. So what I decided to do was go ahead and take my label maker out and put my label maker labels on the side of the jar, and they came out looking beautiful, and I absolutely love the way that they turned out.
I'm gonna get through. I don't wanna take another life without you. Yeah, tell me why we don't make sense. You, oh you, I keep wishing we'll end up together. You, oh you, I keep wishing. Tell me what I'm gonna do. Tell me how I'm gonna live my life without you.
I use nutmeg often, so I did not want to put it in the other container or other bin where the other spices that I don't use as often is going to go. And the red top on there was just not working for me. So what I ended up doing was taking a white top from, I think, some sprinkles, and I switched the tops around so that way my nutmeg could look pretty and look good with the other spices.
Still got your pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew.
I am just about ready to start putting my spices back in the cabinet, so I went ahead and I wiped my little spinny thing down, and then I also wiped that part of the cabinet, and then I started putting my spices in there, and it literally makes me so happy to look at this. This looks so much better than how it did, and it's so much easier to find what I'm looking for without having to search for 30 minutes. I mean, seriously, it looks so amazing. So go ahead right now, go down to the comment section and go ahead and hype your girl up and tell her how amazing you think it looks too. And when I say her, obviously I mean me, and I don't know why I just said her. So go down to the comment section and hype me up, please. Thank you.
By my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew it would sting. I never knew love like this would leave me in pieces. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door.
I'm just trying to figure out where I want to position the oil and the vinegar, and did I want it on the spinny thing or did I want it to the side? And I just figured that I would, because the oil was so tall, I would put it to the side and then the vinegars would go on the spinny tray. So here I am just pouring the vinegar into the little container. I love these bottles, by the way. I love the fact that they have like the little, you can squeeze them on the side, and then here you have the measuring part, and then you just empty it out basically, or pour it out. I love it. I love it. However, on the oil, it is not designed as well as the ones for vinegar for some reason, because the oil literally leaks out on the side and gets all over everything. Not all over everything, just it gets all over the bottle. So it is kind of a little bit frustrating, but I personally still love them. I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want to recommend something without telling you guys the drawbacks before you go ahead and purchase, and then you purchase, then you're like, well, wait a minute, I don't like this. So I just wanted to be honest and upfront with you guys. I personally love them. I don't, however, like the aspect of that for the oil, but it's something I deal with because I love them so much. But here I am just labeling my little misto, which I highly recommend, and I will link that down below too. It's amazing. You literally just put oil in it and it sprays, and it reduces, you don't have all of the extra chemicals that the other aerosol spray oils have. Anyways, I'm just washing these other oil and vinegar containers. The two that you've already seen, those were already washed, but these two I got out of the box and I hadn't washed those yet.
I'm tripping, 'cause we're spending the night, and it feels alright, but it's over now. Time keeps slipping, with your skin next to mine, and your lips I can fight, but it's over now. You brought out the best in me, we had everything we needed. You put me aside and turn out the lights for no reason. Was it a make-believe, something you never needed? What was it all for? I don't know you anymore. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding. Losing track, even God knows I'm trying. Dangerous, selfish ways to love me more these days. We go back, we go back, we go back, we colliding.
So this is what this side looks like. Again, I am obsessed with how this turns out. I literally could not be happier. So anyways, I am just taking the rest of the overflow and the things that I don't use on a regular basis, and I'm just putting them in these baskets that I ended up putting in I have this little entertainment center. It has these little cabinets, and there was really nothing much in there. So that's where I ended up putting all of these spices, which is just in my front hallway, so it's not that far from the kitchen.
You say you're special, one of a kind, one of the better boys. I'm on your level, that's what you say, but all I hear is noise. I don't have time for trying my luck. I've been too hurt before. You're not that special, just give it up. I think I've had enough. I'm too busy loving my friends. I ain't got no love to spare for you. I'ma be that girl to the end. It don't really matter what you do. Guess I have to tell you again, 'cause you haven't got the news.
So I just cleaned off this second shelf so I can get to organizing all of the things that I took off of there. And normally I would get up on a step stool or something like that and do this, what my son is doing right now. But I am 6 weeks post-op from having a hysterectomy, which is a major surgery, so I just didn't want to chance it. So he was there, he's young, he got on the chair, everything's good to go. So we're just going to go ahead and finish taking everything out, and then I had him wipe down the second and third shelf, and then also the cabinet doors inside and out.
No, I don't wanna be your girlfriend. All I want is time with my girlfriend. So I don't wanna be your girlfriend. I know you want me, boy, I can tell. So deep under my spell. Sorry, not sorry that I'm no help, 'cause I'm full of myself. Boy, don't you worry, you'll find someone who wants you back, but that is not me. So give it up, haven't you had enough? I'm too busy loving my friends, I ain't got no love to spare for you. I'ma be that girl to the end, it don't really matter what you do. Guess I have to tell you again, 'cause you haven't got the news. Boy, you really need to understand that I don't wanna be your girlfriend.
Here I am just labeling these two little baskets so I know what's in there without having to pull them down. And I'm trying to reorganize to do what's most functional for me, but then also it looks pretty as well. By the way, I did not know that those stickers on those little Dollar Tree mixing bowls came off as easy as they do. Because if I would have known that, I would have taken them off. For some reason, I thought they were hard and that they weren't coming off, which is why it was always on there. Anyways, this looks so incredible. It looks so amazing, and I'm just so incredibly pleased with how it turned out. And here are some super, super satisfying before and afters. Such a major difference, and I'm just so happy, especially because not only does it look pretty, but it's super functional for me and my family. So anyways, now it's time to just clean off the island and clear it off a little bit. I wanted to mention that this microfiber that I'm holding in my hand, y'all, it is the best microfiber cloth that I've ever used in my life. I have officially been converted, because if you know me and you know my house, you know, A, I have a lot of mirrored furniture in my house, and B, I'm always using paper towels to wipe down my counters, my glass, all that stuff. These are game changers. Legit, not even kidding. And I didn't even intend to buy them. What I did was I went on to QVC because I saw that they were advertising a bottle cleaner and I needed something to clean my water bottle out. And it just so happened that these microfiber cloths came with the bottle cleaner. They've literally been sitting in the drawers in my kitchen, I don't know how many months. And I finally just pulled them out to use on this day. And I was like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. And then my son the other day used them all over the mirrors and the mirrored furniture, and completely like, wow. No little dust particles from the paper towels, no streaks. Amazing. These are highly recommended. I'm going to try to see if I can find the actual company and just link the microfibers down below. But yeah, they are so good. They're probably going to be a little more expensive, but y'all, I'm telling you, they're thick, they're absorbent. They are just the best microfiber I've ever come across, and it was complete accident. I feel like those are the best products. Those are the best products to come across, are the ones that you didn't even intend to come across. So anyways, we're going to work on these drawers. They have been driving me nuts, and they have never been organized, and every single time I open them, they're getting to the point where I can't even shut them.
Come a little closer. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
I have no idea what happened to the footage of me organizing and decluttering the second drawer. My camera must have cut off and I didn't realize it, but that's a little show of what it ended up looking like, and wow, can I say just so much better. I can actually open and close it, so we're off to a real good start here.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I smooth like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun.
This is what they ended up looking like, and they look amazing. Now, I know I need some organizers, and I'll work on that. I'm trying to find the perfect organizer, so if you guys know of any, let me know. I ordered some from Amazon, but I don't know if they're really going to work for me. But here's a reminder as to what these 3 drawers look like before. And then again, here is the beautiful after. Looks so amazing. Just again, so excited that I can actually open my drawers and close them. So here are the 2 drawers next to the stove. These ones weren't too bad. And again, if you guys know of a really good drawer organizer for just like cooking utensils, not eating utensils, cooking utensils, let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know where to get one. But I definitely want one, and I need one that has like a couple of different compartments.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar to that horrid bitter. Maybe you taste different. Hold up, baby. I can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble lack and everlasting ego. I guess it never hit you. Our conversation takes two, paying it some interest from time to time. Inside all that greatness and all of your adventures, you're all.
So this is what they ended up looking like. Like I said, I would love to find an organizer for my kitchen utensils, but that drawer I think looks really great and it doesn't need anything. So here's just a reminder of what it used to look like. Like I said, it wasn't too bad, and it wasn't like a drastic difference, but it was pretty good, especially that drawer right there. That drawer came out really good. But yeah, all of my kitchen, I try to declutter, but I literally use everything. So I didn't declutter, I don't think, really anything out of that drawer. But here we are, just moving on to the fridge. And like always, I am going to take everything out and start fresh with a clean slate. Then I'm going to get in there and I'm going to wipe down. It was like towards the end of the day, so I ended up not getting to the produce or the meat drawers or the sides of the fridge. So that will be in the next video as well. But yeah, I didn't want to bore you with a continuation of me taking things out of the fridge. So I just cut to me wiping everything down. I used a vinegar water mix and then the amazing microfiber cloth that I was telling you guys about. Seriously, it's the best. And then I also have this little scraper that was helping me to get some bits off the fridge, which I actually still need to go back in and get more. Like I said, I was just on a time crunch because this was the end of the night and I was just kind of ready to be over.
Hold up, baby. can sit beside you while you're going on about your simple life. Nothing left you thinking that maybe you're not different. Go on, blow up your ego, your undenying, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes with his humble, lacking, everlasting ego. Oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. Oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, oh, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes with his humble, lacking, everlasting ego. Someone hurt your feelings not that long ago, and every bit of you couldn't face the truth.
So now it's time to move quickly and get all of the food back into the fridge. And I also put a lot of the food, condiments, things like that in the little fridge organizers that I showed you guys earlier in the video, that of course will be linked down below. And I ended up taking some of the condiments that either I don't use a lot, but I still feel like I need to have on hand, or condiments that I have overflow of. I have a second fridge out in my garage, so I put a lot of condiments out there too. So you're going to see that maybe, I think, in a little bit, where I had a bunch in the little containers, the organizers, and then I was like, this isn't going to work. So I ended up taking a bunch out to the fridge in the garage.
I remember those days we were young and had nothing to do. I used to pick you up and drive to a place we could talk for hours. Sometimes we'd run out of words to say, but we didn't mind, 'cause we could lay on the ground and just stare into each other's eyes. And I remember when you kissed me, I felt the taste of your lipstick, even the brand of your ripped jeans. I can still see it all. We ran on top of buildings, just like a scene from a movie, living our life on the edge, and we'd never trip and fall, never trip and fall. Never trip and fall, trip and fall. Lying to our parents of our whereabouts and what we did, and drinking liquor out the bottle at a party we knew no one there. And we didn't even care if we stayed out all night, 'cause we
Multitasking at its finest, you guys. I am literally cooking dinner while I'm doing all of this. I didn't even realize it until I saw myself and I was like, what am I doing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I was cooking dinner. Anyways, these are some labels that I know it's extra, but y'all, it seriously looks so good in my fridge. And now everything will have a spot. So it's just going to be amazing. So again, I got these labels off of Amazon. Yes, they're extra. No, you don't need them. Yes, they look amazing. And yes, I recommend. They look so good.
always had each other, always had each other. We always had each other. Remember when you kissed me? I felt the taste of your lipstick, even the breath of your lip.
So this is the finished product, and yes, I rearranged some of the labels because I realized they were wrong. And I also realized that yes, my bread bin says snacks, but they didn't have a label that said bread. So anyways, this is the before. And then this is the after. It's not a huge difference because it's still really loaded and kind of messy, but it's a little more organized and it's a little more functional for me where I know where everything is. So anyways, we're done with all the organization. Now we're going to get to some kitchen cleaning, and this stovetop was a mess, so we're going to go ahead and get some cleaner on it and do some scrubbing.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you. Something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk.
Now moving on to cleaning out the sink. I got this little fancy glove that's like so cool. You can do so many things with this. You can wash your car with it. You can wipe out your sink. You could probably wipe out your bathtub, like literally anything. I love it so much. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean the sink with some soap and my little fancy glove. And then we will get to moving on over to vacuuming and we will be finished finally.
Scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
So that will do it for this video. I love the fact that not only does the outside of my kitchen look good, but most of the inside of everything looks good too. But we're going to tackle the rest of the kitchen in the next video. So I hope that you guys are excited for that and stick around for that. So if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. If you guys found this video inspirational and motivational, then go ahead and click that thumbs up button, share this video, and leave me a comment down in the comment section. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today is going to be kind of like a continuation of last cleaning video that I uploaded, which I decluttered the kitchen, and I started the decluttering process. And so in this video, we're going to be doing more of like the spring cleaning things where we're going to be wiping down walls. I've got some new organizers for the drawers that I decluttered in last video, so we're going to go and revisit that. I'm going to be wiping down this door. I need to wipe down the windows, so that's coming up as well. But we also finish up the fridge because if you remember in last cleaning video, I did not finish the fridge. So we're going to get down and dirty and get all of this gross stuff up and reorganize. And we're also going to move some furniture. So if you guys are interested, keep watching. Also, I have a lots of new content coming up as far as like doing DIYs and things like that. So if you guys are interested in cleaning, homemaking, DIYs, redecorating rooms and switching them around, then definitely make sure you're subscribed and that the notification bell is clicked so that you guys are always notified of every single upload. And don't forget to like this video and share this video, and also leave a comment, especially if you're new here. Introduce yourself, say hey, tell me where you're from, and let's go ahead and just get into it. And we're going to start with doing the drawers in the kitchen, and we're going to put these new organizers in, which I love because they're acrylic and they're really pretty, and they were actually fairly inexpensive. I got them from Amazon, and I will link them down below in the description box. But you're going to see me here working with this big clear organizer. This I took out of my bedroom drawer that is in my bedside table. It ended up not working. I wanted to see if it was going to work though, and it just didn't work for what I was looking for. So I'm going to put everything in there, but then you're eventually going to see that I take it all out. And then I put the clear organizers that I told you that I got from Amazon in there. And I absolutely, absolutely love how it turned out. It's so organized, and I know exactly where everything is, and everything has its place. And this girl is really happy because I thrive when everything has a place.
Be wrapped around your arms instead of being lonely. We could be gazing at the stars, but now it feels just like I wandered off into a room and closed the door behind me. I never gave the key to you, even though I wanted to. I should be trying something new, but now my body's aching. I'm tired of dwelling in the dark, it's just that my heart can't take it. I didn't know what it would cost me when I let you go. I feel alone.
As you can see, these organizers are the perfect fit for really any drawer, and that's what I love about them so much, is that you can custom fit them to any size drawer in your home. So again, highly recommend, and I will link them down below. They're also a great deal at $14.99, and you get 14 of them. So that's a really good price. I want to ask you guys, are you guys like me? Do you have like a million batteries? Okay, I'm exaggerating. I don't have a million batteries, but y'all, I have so many batteries, and some I don't know if they work, and some I'm not sure, because we just got in the habit of the batteries had a specific place, but we would just put the old batteries with the new batteries. Am I the only one who, me and their kids, do this? Because that's what was happening with us. And so now we're having to go through and see, oh, this one's not a new battery, it's an old battery. And so I don't know. Instead of me just throwing them away because I didn't know which one was new and which one was old, I just put them all together. And if we get a bad battery, then we know, and we just throw it away instead of putting them back in this spot. So I'm super, super happy that I was able to organize my batteries and make them look all pretty. And eventually we'll get to the point where we know that all of them in there are all new and not new mixed with old. Also, you know you're old when you literally talk 5 minutes straight about organizing batteries.
It should have been you. Another time, another place, I just know. It could have been you. What a crime and what a shame to let go. Sometimes I just don't know what to do. It should have been you. Driving to your place, but now the ground is shaking. Could be a phase, but it feels like it will never go away until we make up. I can't be myself. I never knew how much I needed you.
I'm sorry I don't have a before close-up of how this drawer looked, but oh my gosh, how satisfying is that after? I just love it. So I'm just going to finish organizing the rest of the other drawer, and then we're going to move over to my kitchen utensil drawer, which I tried to use the first organizer that I tried to use in the middle drawer in my island, and I just realized real quick that wasn't going to work. So if you guys know of any products, let me know in the comments down below. I've looked and I just haven't seen anything that I like. I might end up doing some kind of drawer divider, maybe. And if you've done your kitchen utensils like that, let me know how it has worked out for you.
Taking just be. Don't take it. Taking just don't be. And live my life. Don't take it personal. I ain't lying.
So here is the after of these two drawers that I worked on. They weren't really that bad to begin with, and they're okay looking, I guess, at the end. But now we're going to move on to under the kitchen sink cabinets, and wow, just huge hot mess. So super satisfying to see what I end up doing. I just grabbed some of these old containers that I had gotten out of my pantry. I redid my pantry, so if you guys want to see that pantry organizational video, I will link that down below. And I don't know, there's something about underneath the kitchen sink that intimidates me. And I just feel like I can never get it right. So I like the way that I have it, but then I feel like it could still be better. So if you guys have any kitchen under the sink organizers, let me know. I did find something at Target that I'm going to end up using in my bathroom. If I like it in my bathroom, I might end up buying another one to go underneath the kitchen sink. Speaking of bathroom, guys, again, make sure you stick around because I'm about to do a huge bathroom declutter, and I'm going to completely organize, like super satisfying organize my bathroom, my master bathroom, and then I'm also going to be doing a deep clean video. I'm also going to be doing a deep clean in that video as well. So make sure you guys are subscribed and you click the notification bell so you're notified of every upload. That video should be coming up within the next week or so because I will be filming it tomorrow, and I'm super excited to get in there and deep clean that bathroom and also organize everything because it has been a hot mess, and I've been in this house for a year now, and I just kind of, when I moved in, I just threw everything, and I've done some organizing here and there, but I have not tackled that bathroom at all. So it definitely needs a deep clean, and it also definitely needs to be organized. So I'm super excited, and you guys are going to love that video, and you do not want to miss out on it. So make sure you're subscribed. And while you're at it, just go ahead and give this video a thumbs up too, please. Thank you.
Hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking in moments we live in, yeah. You got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking time out to be and live my life off screen. Taking time out to be and live my life.
So here is the before of what it looked like, and here's the after. It's okay. Again, there's the before, there's the after. Like I said, I feel like it needs some improvement, but we'll get there. Y'all are learning all of my dirty little secrets today. These have not been cleaned in a year, and this is what they look like when I moved in here. And I told them that I wanted them cleaned before I moved in, but they didn't, and so I just never got around to cleaning them, and I'd always look at them and be like, it would drive me crazy to see how nasty they were. And I was like, today we are going to tackle these blinds. Not only were they dirty and gross, see, that I had already started before I started filming, and that little clip was what I had already taken off. But yeah, they were not only dingy and gross and had stains of whatever something had spilled all over them before I moved here. But I also needed to dust them, and oh my gosh, there was so much dust on these blinds. It was insane. So this is your reminder that if you need to, if you haven't dusted your blinds in a while, go ahead and do that, because wow. That was just a little clip of what I had gotten off of the blind so far as the dust. Disgusting. And I also wanted to mention that I got this little duster from Grove Collaborative. I absolutely love it. It has a handle, but I took it off the handle to dust the blinds. I don't really know if there's one way is better than the other, but I did want to mention that I do love this. Actually, no, this wasn't. This was the refill that I had bought. That's why I didn't have the handle. But yeah, my son ended up dusting the rest of the blinds, which I didn't catch on camera, and he did it with the handle. So I'm not sure which way is easier. But anyways, I did want to mention that I do have a link for Grove Collaborative. I absolutely love using their products, and I have a bunch of stuff that I use from them. So if you guys want to get 5 free products, I will leave the link down below in the description box for you guys to claim your 5 free products for signing up with Grove Collaborative.
Don't take it personal, we just building. It's my season, lay foundation, make a name for generations. Please and make a, then take a break or a little vacation and chasing blues away. Hey, hey. You always posting up pictures, trying to look like you winning or look like you always be working, soaking the moments you live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me, faking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't add me, 'cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Taking.
Now I'm just heading outside to clean this glass door. I need to get to work on cleaning my windows. I was going to do it this day, but the only thing that stopped me was the fact that I have to get up on something. And while I did it in my kitchen, no problem, because you're about to see that I'm going to clean the insides and outsides of my cabinet doors. I just didn't want to outside because I don't want to fall right now. So I don't ever want to fall, but I especially don't want to fall now because I had a hysterectomy back in December, so I'm still being super cautious. I think I might have my kids get the windows on the upper window, and then I can get the lower window, but they definitely need a good cleaning, and that was, again, something that it's been driving me crazy because I wanted it cleaned when I moved in here and they didn't do it. So I've been looking at dirty windows for a year. Anyways, here's a close-up of the wall behind the trash can, which is really gross. So we're going to get to that. And also the light switch. But now we're going to also the fridge. I'm going to give you like an inside look of the fridge. It really needed a good wipe down in that fruit drawer, the veggie drawer, and it needed to be reorganized. And then also this little water, that was just disgusting. I can't even believe it got that gross. And then there's fingerprints all over the pantry door, which I should have did this when I did my pantry organization, but I didn't. So anyways, I'm going to get to wiping the insides and outsides of these cabinets. I didn't do the one to the left because we had already done that, because that was my spice cabinet. And if you guys want to see that video, I will link that also down below in the description box, because that's a real good motivational video as well. But when I got into these cabinets, I was fully intending to declutter, but I realized that we actually use everything that are in the cabinet, so there was really no need. So I just went ahead and I wiped the outside doors and then the inside doors and then the trim around. So now it's time to get over to the fridge and clean up this water stain. It is so disgusting, and I cannot believe that it took me this long to get to it, but I'm getting to it now, and this is so satisfying, which is why I did not speed it up. So if you are finding it satisfying as well, make sure you comment in the comments down below the word satisfying. Also, make sure to comment down below what is on your to-do list today, and are you watching this video as you're cleaning, or are you watching this video to get motivation, or are you just watching this video because you like to watch cleaning videos because they're super satisfying? Let me know in the comments down below.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show.
Now that that's done, I am moving on the inside of the fridge, and this is my fruit drawer, which definitely needed some TLC. Unfortunately, these drawers, for some reason, do not come out, so I actually had to do everything with the drawer still in, which made it definitely a little more difficult, but I just had to work with it. And I'm also using just a vinegar and water spray. I'm also using a little brush right here so I can really kind of scrub away all of the stuff that was stuck on the bottom of it. And because I couldn't take it out, I had to get the brush, which this brush came from Grove Collaborative, and I really love it. Again, links down below for Grove Collaborative, and if you're a new member, you can get 5 new products, so don't forget about the link down below. That looks so much better. So now we're just going to put the rest of my fruit, or put the fruit back into the fruit drawer. I also want to mention that these labels, while they are extra, they, in my opinion, look amazing, and I got them from Amazon. They were super inexpensive, so I will go ahead and link them down below just in case you guys are interested as well. And then we're going to move over into the produce drawer. Well, not produce, that's all produce. The vegetable drawer. And I'm just going to take everything out. This one also needed some real good TLC. And I ended up taking the vacuum and then ended up spraying this one down to get it nice and squeaky clean. By the way, I get asked this question all the time. I have a Dyson 7. Yes, I 100,000% recommend it. I absolutely love it. I've never been so happy with a cordless vacuum before in my life. It is amazing. There's the veggie drawer before. Isn't it gross? But yeah, I highly recommend it. I've had it well over a year now, and it is like I've never had a cordless vacuum last this long for me, and it still is as good as day one. So while they're pricey, they are 100%. They live up to their name and they live up to their price. So if you can afford it, I definitely say it. I got mine off of QVC when it was on an Easy Pay. So if that is something that interests you, girl, go to QVC and get it on Easy Pay. You do not have to pay any interest rates or any interest payments. And I love getting things, more expensive items from QVC because they allow you to do that on a lot of their things. So I will link a couple options down below for a Dyson. Like I said, highly recommend. I think everyone should own one, as you know, of course, if it's in your price point. But it's something I definitely think is well worth the money.
What a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better.
So here I am just taking these condiments from the sides of the door, and I'm really just rearranging the condiments. What I ended up doing, because it was still a little too cluttered for me after my last fridge organization, which again, I will link that video down below. It was still just a little too cluttered for me. I also needed to wipe out some of these little cubbies and I don't even know what you'd call them. Let's just call them cubbies. But I realized it was still too cluttered for me. So what I ended up doing was taking any condiment that I don't use on a regular basis, and I took it and I put it out in my garage fridge. So that way this fridge can be nice and organized, and then the garage fridge can also be nice and organized, because there's no point in having like one fridge that's too overflowing and too crowded. By the way, that butter container was a pain in the you know what to get out. I do not understand why this fridge was like so hard to take apart the things. Anyways, me and my son had a time and a half trying to get this thing back in there, but I just wanted to go ahead and wipe out the butter container because there was something sticky and gross on the bottom and it just needed a good clean. I wish I could have taken all of the little cubbies out, but like I said, they were so hard to get out. I was just afraid at this point, so I just ended up doing the ones that really needed it, where I couldn't just wipe it out. They needed to actually be run under cold water or hot water.
To be wilder, I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder.
So here is the inside of the fridge. Now it's time to work on the outside of the fridge. And I just have a stainless steel cleaner. It's not my favorite. So I don't even know what it is. It's like a popular brand. Like it starts with a W. However, I've heard a lot of you say that Pledge works really well. So I'm going to remember to do that next time, because when I was doing the under the sink organization and declutter, I realized that I have some Pledge. I didn't know I had that. So I will definitely make sure to use it next time and then update you guys on how I like it. So now that the fridge is all squeaky clean, I noticed, and you can't really see it because this isn't the best angle, but there was like this black line of something that was in my dishwasher. So I took my little scrubby brush and I just scrubbed it. You can see it on the brush right there. However, the camera died, so that's all the footage I got. Sorry. But now we are just going to move on to wiping down the pantry door and wiping down the walls. I use this mop, which I will go ahead and link down below in the description box. You're going to see it in a little bit. I love it. I highly recommend it. And I just put a little bit of bleach and water in there. And that's how I ended up cleaning my walls, which is way better than having to clean them with a wet rag. And I also was able to clean my baseboards with that as well. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and wipe down all of these light switches real quick, and then we'll get on to mopping the walls.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, bar with neon lights, talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, a little
also ended up mopping my molding, and that was just such a huge time saver since I was going ahead and wiping down the walls anyways. So here I'm just picking up the trash, and then I'm going to also put, one of you guys told me about this because the dang oven mitts were constantly they were taking up too much space, and then they were also falling down into the cabinet. So one of you told me to get one of what are these things called, a command strip, and put it on the cabinet door, and I was like, genius. So that's what I went ahead and I did. By the way, I have still not gotten to the bottom of my cabinets, so that is still another video yet to come. So again, do not sleep on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed because there is tons of cleaning motivation and organizational content coming. I promise you. I because of my hysterectomy, and I'm not that I'm saying that I'm still healing, I'm just very hesitant to still get on the floor a whole lot. I did get on the floor with doing the under the sink organization, but that was all I felt I could handle for that day. So I'm definitely going to dedicate a video to where I'm doing all of the under cabinets, because they are definitely 100% the most untidy, need to be vacuumed out, need to be wiped out. The cabinets also, the doors need to be wiped down, which I think I got some of them, but not all of them. But yeah, definitely this kitchen is not anywhere, well, I'm not going to say it's not anywhere near being done, but it's getting there, and this is my second video, so I guess it's a three-parter. It's going to be a three-parter.
When it seems like you have lost control, and you feel like you're alone, when you lost something worth fighting for, do you take it?
Last but not least, we're just going to vacuum real quick, and it's a clean kitchen, which it kind of was clean from what you could see, but it really wasn't. It really needed a good deep clean. And I have a question for you guys. If this was your table, what would you do? I bought some spray paint. My ex-husband told me, which I sanded it, and he told me to get a sponge with some paint, like a can of paint, but that stuff's expensive, and it's literally the tiniest little spot. So if that were your table, what would you do? I'm always so scared. The reason why I'm so scared about this table is that it was like $400. Anyways, this is what I'm doing at this point. I am trying to move, well, I am moving the entertainment center that was in my hallway, and I'm trying to move it into my living room. I have been dying to switch around this whole house, which is what you're about to see within the next couple of months. But this living room has always driven me crazy. I'm really kind of over the couches that I have because of the color and the color transfer that I'm constantly getting from dyes, and buttons are coming loose. So I'm thinking about possibly selling these couches and getting a sectional, which is something I've always wanted, and this living room would be perfect for a sectional. So what I ended up doing was I wanted to put the entertainment center in the living room and put the TV on the entertainment center because I don't like the TV up on the fireplace. However, you're going to see in a minute that this is just not going to work. So also that little black thing, there was no way that was ever going to work, but I just put that there just to see. And also I was not knowing if I was going to keep the entertainment center there, which we ended up not keeping in the living room, unfortunately.
Another chance to get back up and make amends. Gotta let me try. All I need is another chance. This time will be different. Gotta let me try. Leave the skyline, heading back to old times. Light the pipe up to feel like I'm doing fine. Chase space with whatever I'm chasing. Anything to leave my...
Okay, so Ava,
Wait, you guys forgot?
yeah. I thought
this would come off, and then I was like, wait, this is like here, right?
I don't know. Can it come off? So yeah, this thing was on the wall, and I'm just renting this place. So I didn't want to try to tear it down or anything like that. So I'm just going to have to, as long as I live here, just deal with the TV being up on the fireplace. So I guess we're just going to have to deal with it. Unfortunately, we had to move this thing back into the hallway, and I stated earlier I had a hysterectomy back in December, and I was, y'all, I did everything that you just saw, and then had to move this table twice. Like I was kind of hurting a little bit, and I probably shouldn't have done this, but I was being rebellious and I did it anyways. Thankfully, I have amazing kids who are always there to help and do whatever needs to be done. But yeah, it was a struggle to get this thing back. And then you're going to see me in a minute pick up that little black thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm hurting. But anyways, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and definitely look out for more organizational videos, more home decor. Like I said, I'm really wanting to switch around my bedroom, my office. Coming up, we're switching around Ava's room. We're doing a lot of things in the house. So yeah, definitely stick around. And again, I think I've said it like 10 times in this video, but just go ahead and subscribe if you're new here. Because there's like 70 something percent of you that are subscribed that watch but are not subscribed. Did I say that right? 70 something percent of you are not subscribed, but you're watching. Anyways, I found this to be the perfect opportunity to go ahead and move the position of this mirror because I thought it was a little too high. So went ahead and I did that, and then that was the end. I was done. I put a fork in me. I am done. So again, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. I love you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah. Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today we are going to be doing a major deep clean in my master bathroom. It definitely needed some major TLC. As you can see, I don't know what this was. It was like a mixture of rust and mold. I don't know. It was really disgusting, but we're going to be doing some deep cleaning. We're also going to be doing some decluttering and some organizing where I'm going to go through all of my drawers and underneath the sink cabinets, and we're going to make it look so amazing and so organized. And now I actually know exactly what I have, and I'm just really happy with the outcome and how everything turned out. So if you guys are needing some inspiration to do some deep cleaning, some spring cleaning, here is your video. I hope that gives you tons of cleaning motivation, and whatever it is that you have on your to-do list to get done this spring or this upcoming spring, I hope that this serves as some major motivation for you to get up and get started on your to-do list and your tasks as well. So if you guys are new here, I would love if you would subscribe for lots more organization and cleaning and redecorating and all things home. Definitely stick around, stay tuned, subscribe. And first we are going to get started in my bedroom. Actually, I had been looking at this mess on my window that I thought was on the outside, but I realized as I started cleaning the windows that it was on the inside, so I didn't have to maneuver the windows in any kind of way. I have a massive fear of heights, and with the blinds up, me cleaning these windows was so hard for me to do, but I conquered it, and I try to stand back as much as I could. But we are going to go ahead and wash these windows on the inside, and we're going to start with this first, and then we're going to move our way onto the bathroom. So get out your cleaning rags and your cleaning products, put on your best dance playlist, and girl, let's get to cleaning. And let's dance while we do it. I mean, does anyone really clean and not dance at the same time? Let me know in the comments down below actually what you do to clean, because you could actually be watching this video or have it playing in the background while you're cleaning. So I would love to know, what do you do while you clean? Me, definitely has to be some music to get me pumped and get me dancing, and I'm singing and I'm doing all the things. But let me know in the comments down below what gets you motivated to clean and what you guys listen to while you're cleaning. Or if you don't listen to anything at all, let me know in the comments down below. As I'm editing this part, I'm dying laughing because y'all see how I'm like trying to step back as far as I can. I'm literally, huge phobia is heights. I don't know. It's just gotten worse with age. Anyways, I'm going to play some music so you guys can listen to the music and we'll get started on cleaning the second window in my bedroom.
We found love here. Together we will shine, but we know we're running out of time. 'Cause we met like strangers in the night. Don't tell me it's over. Now you got that song.
So here's a before overview of the bathroom where the sink was kind of cluttered. I had this little mat that I literally put that there last year when I moved in. There's like hair in the corners. The baseboards need to be dusted. They're really gross. I also didn't have like anything down underneath my sink, like any kind of mats or rugs. Well, no, I did have this one rug, but I didn't have anything over there by the bathtub. And also, this is disgusting. Like, I don't even know. It was just one day I was in the shower and I was looking, I was like, what is that? And then it's just really gross. It just needs a major deep clean. And I don't know. I think it's like a mixture of like mold and rust. It's so disgusting. So satisfying when I start cleaning it though. So definitely stay tuned for that, especially if you love to see the satisfying things, like really dirty things get cleaned. Oh, this is so satisfying. So anyways, we're going to get started. We're going to change and switch up the mats and put down new floor rugs, and we're going to declutter the countertop and make that look better. We're going to do all of the baseboards and get these all dusted. We're going to clean this little room and the little toilet room and also declutter things off the floor. Just get it a fresh look to it where it's not so cluttered, because I cannot stand clutter and this is just too much for me. And here's an overview in my cabinets, in my drawers. Again, everything is just really cluttered. There's really no rhyme or reason to how I have things in there, and I was just it wasn't functional for me. I needed something that was going to work. I literally never even opened that bottom drawer. Like literally never opened it. So I didn't even know it was down there. This is just not gonna work. It's not working for me. So yeah, and I was also just kind of tired of looking at all of the clutter that I had on my sink or my countertops, and my sinks were really dirty. I needed to change out my towels. Let me ask you guys a question. Okay, this might be like you guys are like really getting into my dirty little secrets here, but do you guys have hand towels that you actually use, or are they just to look at? Because I'm really bad about having hand towels and telling the kids they can't use them. They literally think I'm crazy. So when I bought these new hand towels, they're like, so we can use these, right? And I was like, no, they're just to look at. And so I'm like a little OCD about it. So I want to know in the comments down below, am I alone here? Is anyone else like this? Or are you guys going, you are so crazy, Jill? Anyways, we're going to get started on decluttering everything. I thought I filmed me taking everything out. Apparently I didn't. So we just have everything taken out of every single drawer, every single cabinet, and it's just all laid out on the counter right now. And I'm just going to go through and, again, like I said, declutter, get rid of anything that's been expired, anything that I haven't used, anything that I can't donate. Basically, I'm going to trash, and then I'm going to go through and just make a system that works for me and create a very well-organized organizational system that is super functional, and not only functional but also looks really great too.
In the way you smile, I see that spark lights in your dark blue eyes, so I can't let you go without telling you this now. I wanna see you again. I could travel 1,000 miles just to feel your arms around me.
So I hope that you guys are enjoying this video, and if you are, I would love if you go down to the comment section, and even if you aren't enjoying this video, do me a huge favor, because it literally only takes 1 second to support your favorite creators. And even if I'm not a favorite creator of yours, or if you've never seen me before, just offering your support that is completely free just means the world to me. So go down in the comment section and comment something. It can be where you're from. It can be you introducing yourself because you are new here. It can be an emoji. Just comment something down below, because the more activity that my videos get, the more YouTube is like, oh, people really like this video. People are really engaged with this video. Let's go ahead and get this video out to more people. So that is literally a 1 second thing that you guys can do for me, whether you know me or whether you don't. It literally takes a second, but it helps me and my little family out more than you will ever know. I'm a single mom just trying to make things happen, and I had my channel hacked, and it's just been a time and a half trying to get my channel back to where it was. It truly does mean the world to me if you guys would go and just show me a little bit of support and a little bit of love. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and we can get back in the video.
Where you move, make me blind. You will always be there. There's no doubt in my mind. You will always be there. Heading out to see ya and leave the rest behind. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be there. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be the one to hold me. You will always be the one who knows me. You will always be, come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, I know, you will always be the.
Okay, so here is everything that I'm keeping, and I didn't actually have as much as I thought I had. So this process didn't take too long. This is everything that I'm getting rid of. Things that are expired, things I haven't used. So yeah, we've got things there. Some cleaning products, and I'm excited to get this all nice and organized. This is all I'm working with. So I was thinking that on one side I would put my cleaning products, which is probably this side. And then on this side I would put my beauty products, things I use on a daily basis, because I'm really trying to free up all of this and get this tray off of it so I can put a pretty plant or something. And then that way the only thing that's on the actual counters will be hand soap. So that is my goal. I'm gonna go ahead and start organizing. I'm first going to wipe out the cabinets, and I'm gonna wipe down the cabinet doors, and then the cabinets, and then this little thing. And then we will work on my favorite part, which is organizing. So let's get to my favorite part.
You make me feel like there's no air left to breathe. Yeah, you make me feel like I can run on water. I'm picking up the speed. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be there. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be the one to hold me. You will always be the one who knows me. You will always be, come on. I'll do it all for you. I'll be enough for you. Cause you make me feel like, yeah, you make me feel like, I said you make me feel like, yeah, you make me feel. I know, you will always be the
Here I am just going around the bathroom cleaning the baseboards. This has to be the absolute most dreaded chore slash task in the most dreaded place for me to clean. I cannot stand cleaning the bathroom. I think it just grosses me out. And I cannot stand cleaning baseboards. Let me know who out there loves cleaning them. And I would also love to know, how often do you guys clean your baseboards? I feel like once you start to let them get really dusty, like for instance for me, I've lived in this house for a year now. Can you guys believe that, by the way? But I've lived here for a year now, and they weren't exactly super clean when I got here to begin with, but they've gotten just super dusty over this year. And here I am messing up the paint on one of the baseboards, by the way. But I just started thinking about how once they get dusty and you clean them, they just never look as clean again. They're just dingy looking. So I would love to know how often you guys clean your baseboards. And is it a get on your knees kind of task, or is there an easier way? I feel like you can do it with a mop, but then I also feel like that doesn't do it like getting down on your hands and knees does. So let me know if there's a way that's just as good as far as clean, but also an easier way. So now we are done with the baseboards, thank God, and we are moving on over to cleaning the insides of each of the drawers with cleaner and vacuuming them out, and then we're going to start organizing. I got my organizers from Target, and you guys will see those, and I will link them down below. I also found in the dollar spot they had these little clear organizers, which I really am loving. And then you guys are also going to see that I have some pink organizers that I use that I had gotten from, I think, TJ Maxx or Marshall's last year, or maybe 2 years ago. But here you just see me trying to find out which drawers are going to go where, and the most convenient way, and which way is going to fit. So that's what I'm doing. Again, these ones right here that you're seeing on the screen, they came from the dollar spot at Target, and they're really good quality, and I love the way that they look. But for some tips on organizing, here are my best tips. Take everything out of whatever space it is that you want to organize. And I mean everything. Then your next step is going to clean whatever it is that your space. So clean it, wipe it down, get it all squeaky clean. Then you just kind of go through, you declutter. My rule for this right here for the bathroom was, if I haven't used it in a year, toss it. Or if the only reason why I didn't use it was because I didn't know it was in here, then we'll keep it. But if we haven't used it in another 3 months, then it's getting tossed. So that was kind of my idea and process on this. And then you just find a spot and you move things around. If it doesn't look good or if it doesn't fit, find somewhere else for it. And that's just the best thing I can tell you. This clear organizer that I got, oh my gosh, I got it from Target. I swear I want one everywhere. It's so pretty. It has these little slots where you can just put things. I can see this in so many places, from the kitchen to put snacks or little like spice packets in, from your makeup area to put makeup and brushes in, to your closet with putting like scarves or small little accessories in, jewelry. So many things you can do with that. So it's definitely something that I'm going to get more of, and it was only $20. So I don't think that that's a bad price, but those are my tips for organizing to get you started. I hope that they help you. That's kind of my process on how I do it. And the most helpful thing is to go ahead and clear your space, get everything out, start decluttering, and make sure everything is also cleaned as well. But yeah, I hope that that helps.
Standing on the porch in the night, thinking how we used to be way back in time. In time. Barefoot on the grass, open skies. I can feel it every time I close my eyes. My eyes, yeah. Can you remember when we were young and free? Like queens up on the thrones. Never surrender, we're having too much fun. Could feel it in my bones. I was never hanging on the beach, catch your tide. Those will always be the best days of my life. My life. There I fell in love, held her hand, kissing while we painted hearts down in the sand. The sand, yeah. Can you remember when we were young and free? Like queens up on the thrones. Never surrender, we're having too much fun. Could feel it in my bones. I was never
I also most definitely get in those moods or positions when in the middle of organizing where I am kind of just looking at everything going, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. And my suggestion with that is have a little dance party, because I'm sure you guys have already seen me do that a couple of times. And just start. Just start putting things places and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then move it around and move it to another place and move it to another organizer. So the one in the middle, the organizer that you see in the middle, I wanted to work so bad. I kept trying to put things in there. I really wanted it to work because it was so cute, and I had an idea to put my towels on the top rack, but it just did not work for me. So I ended up using the other organizers with the drawers, and I absolutely love them. You can stack things on top, but you can also put things in the drawer and it just kind of comes out or slides out, and highly recommend. Both of them are amazing. I was going to put the one with the top rack that's bigger underneath my kitchen sink, but when I went to look at my kitchen sink, I was like, there's no way that's going under here. It's just going to take up too much space because of the fact that there is the pipe and then also the garbage disposal. There just wasn't space for something that big. But if you can find it, use it. If not, take it back. Another tip of mine is to get organizers and know what you're going to use, but also if you need to overbuy. You can always take things back if it doesn't work out, or you can always try to use it in a different space. So obviously, if you have the money to do that, then do that. And that way you won't be in the middle of a organizing project and be kind of like, oh, I could use this or I need this. So you have everything on hand before you start.
I hear you breathe, but I can't see. if you're right here next to me. Something's wrong, wasn't it fun? Is it now we're done? You get dressed, I look a mess, and you tell me to confess, and you tell me to confess. Oh, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might just have been a bad dream. You can run, you can hide.
Here you see me trying one more time to figure out where I can put this organizer, and then I'm just like, nope, it's just not going to work. So I ended up buying this little trash can from the dollar store. I got one for my kids too, and then I ended up getting these bags, and what I ended up doing was just throwing the whole entire roll in the bottom of the trash bag or the trash can, so that way as I continue to change the bags, I will always have a bag waiting for me. I've always done that with every trash can. So if you don't have a trash can in your cabinet, I highly recommend, again, Dollar Tree is where it's at. I spent $13 on this stainless steel one last year when I moved in here, and it's all gross and yucky. I'm just keeping that one in the other sink because I'm single and no one uses that. So that's kind of where all my cleaning products are, and that's going to be my cleaning product trash can. But yeah, it's all gross and dingy, and I didn't want it in the toilet room anymore because I wanted that to be less cluttered. So all of the stuff that I had in that room, I ended up putting underneath that sink.
Put the blame on because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us. Because you're
Now on to the shower. I'm telling you guys, I had no clue that this looked like this. I don't know if I just apparently I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I thought it was normal. I don't know. I've never had to clean a shower door before. I've never seen it get like this. It was so disgusting, but so satisfying to see it get all clean. I have this brush that I got from Grove Collaborative that I just used to brush all of this gross crap off, and then I just wiped it off with a cleaning rag, and I just sprayed it with some disinfectant, and oh my gosh, it's so disgusting. It was literally everywhere, underneath the door. Do you guys see this brush? Anyways, if you guys are interested in getting some things from Grove Collaborative, if you are a new member, I have a coupon code not a coupon code, but I have a link down below in my description box where you can get 5 new products if you are a new member. So make sure you're taking advantage of that, because I do love to get a lot of my cleaning products from there. Oh, by the way, those are my new battle wounds, and I think I cleaned this bathroom 2 weeks ago, and I still have the scratches. I still have my battle wounds. So yeah, the door scratched the heck out of me. But yeah, Grove Collaborative is great. I love their things. I love this brush. It's really great quality, and I've been using it to scrub a lot of different things. So let's just get back to cleaning this shower and just enjoy how satisfying this is, because it is so gross, but in the end it is so satisfying to see how clean it ends up getting.
Never look back, now we're over, that's a fact. Phrasing light, see it all bright. You were never right. Back to life, apologize. Too soon to say I'm fine. Too soon to say I'm fine. Oh, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might just have been a bad dream. You can run, you can hide, but you can't put the blame on me. Because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us. Because you're acting like a volcano and make me feel outrageous. You keep teasing me, but you're nothing without me. Like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us. Because you're acting like a volcano, tending to be my savior. Nothing you do can save us.
So now I'm all done with the shower, and I wanted to let you guys know that every day now when I get out of the shower, I always make sure to spray down the doors and that little area where it was all rusty and gross. And literally for a full week after I cleaned after this, there was still rust and yucky stuff coming out, but it's all cleared out, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, because it was just so disgusting. Anyways, moving on to the sinks and the counters. My kids, they are the ones who clean the bathrooms, and they just may need to be off bathroom duty. They clean everything else really well, but I can tell that they don't give the bathrooms as much TLC as I would, so I may need to pick that chore back up myself as much as I dread it, and I'm like, ugh. But yeah, I'm just giving the counters and sinks much needed TLC and extra deep clean because they definitely needed them.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talk.
Now it's time to move over and clean the toilet, and I just have some gloves and I'm using some Clorox wipes because, again, ew, gross. I hate cleaning toilets. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this video, please give it a big thumbs up, especially if it's motivating you or inspiring you to get up and get some cleaning done, because I know it's inspiring me to get back in my bathroom and clean it again because it needs to be done. And by the way, I did off camera decluttered this area right here, and it looks so much better.
Under pressure, sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty other from the minute that I met you.
Now it's time to have a dance party and clean the mirrors and clean the light switches and things like that. By the way, I fell in love with these microfiber cloths on total accident. I got this brush cleaner on QVC, and it was in with the brush cleaner, and I was like, oh, whatever, I don't really care. I just bought it for the brush cleaner, but I'll put them in my drawer. And I used them one day and absolutely fell in love. So I will link them down below if you guys are looking for microfiber cloths, because people say how amazing they are, but you have yet to find one and you're like, okay, everyone's crazy because I don't like them. Try these, give them a try, because they are so good, and for me they're game changers, especially when it comes to glass. And if you guys know anything about my home, y'all know I have mirrored furniture everywhere, so I love using these. But yeah, now I'm just wiping down the shower glass doors, and we are almost coming to an end where we can finally get to decorate this bathroom. So we just have to vacuum and then mop, and then I'm going to end up, of course, mopping the walls and the doors as well. But yeah, then we get to decorate, and I'll show you guys that and tell you where I got everything from.
Smoking outside, trying to get your attention. You make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzed on rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty other from the minute that I met you.
So here I am mopping the floor, and also I am wiping down the walls and the doors. This is by far the easiest way to wipe down walls, and I highly recommend. And I really love this mop, especially to wipe down walls. So if you guys need something or are tired of wiping down walls and have fingerprints everywhere, I highly recommend you trying to mop them, and you will never go back. You seriously will never go back. So I will link the mop down below. It is definitely a bestseller, and people cannot say enough good things about it. It's a really, really great mop. Now we are at my second favorite part, which is decorating. As you can see, the first rag that I got, I intended to put by the bathtub, but the door would not allow for me to put it there. So I ended up putting it by the shower, and I have to say I've been loving it because I used to have just that tiny little mint one for a full year. And so just to get in like this nice plush large rug when I come out of the shower, it's just so nice. So I bought these other two little rugs to go up underneath the sink, and then I also bought another one that was intended to go to the shower, but I ended up putting it in the bathtub. And now I'm just going through. I purchased 3 different floral arrangements, and I also purchased some hand towels, and now I'm just going to go and kind of figure out and finagle how I want this space to look and which one I want to, and which one I'm going to use in this space.
Lonesome dripping, 'cause we're spending the night, and it feels alright, but it's over now. Time keeps slipping, with your skin next to mine, and your lips I can fight, but it's over now. You brought out the best in me, we had everything we needed, you put me aside.
So here are the 3 different flowers that I purchased. I got all of them from Marshall's, and they were all $12.99 a piece. They are all really good quality, and really just love all of them. They're really exceptional. So I kind of went back and forth on which one I was going to put in this area. And then I got some candles, thinking that I might want to put a candle. I got that little cupcake stand from Target, which if I can find it, I'll link it down below. I originally ended up buying it for my Alexa, but, oh, sorry, my Echo Dot. But I was like, oh, maybe I can try a candle, but I just didn't like it. And I just liked this plant right here. Simple, white, classic, beautiful. I think it just, it really went well. And so I decided to use the pink flowers to go over here in this area in my bedroom, which I will be doing a bedroom redecorate with me. How beautiful does that look? I ended up getting that table from Ross for like $34, and I wasn't going to leave it here because I thought it was too, I don't know, I didn't like the way it looked, but adding the flowers and the picture just completely transformed it, and I was like, yes, I love that space now. So here is the before on what everything looked like, and we're going to do some super satisfying before and afters. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, again, please give it a big thumbs up, share this video, comment down below. Your support literally takes seconds, but it truly means the world to me. I love you guys. I hope that you're having an amazing day, and that this was super inspiring, and that it's going to inspire you to get into your bathrooms, kitchens, wherever it is that you need to declutter and reorganize and clean, and especially deep clean. And I hope that I give you that motivation and that inspiration. And I will see you guys in the next one. Please enjoy these before and afters again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.
Yeah, you think you got the best of me, but just because I'm giving you my love for free, are things not for real? You've been telling everyone about us, but you are not the only one I call for fun. Late night to hear love guns. No, you won't see that I'm lying to be on my own, on my own. I told you I fear we are done, that we are done. Oh, hands in the air like I don't care. Music is fair to me singing. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, love's in the air and I don't care. Music is fair to me singing. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Oh, you tell me that I made you think. If we have something special more than happy drinks, you'll go without blinking. No, you won't see that I'm lying to be on my own, on my own. No, you don't hear when I told you I fear we are done, that we are done. Oh, hands in the air like I don't care. Music is fair to me singing. Come on, come on. Come on.
Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today is going to be a video that, wow, if you need some organization for anything, especially your pantry, this is the video for you. Because y'all, when you see the state of my pantry, some of you may even be thinking, there's no way that girl has lived with her pantry like that. This has to be staged. And I'm here to tell you, no. It has not been staged. I wish it has been staged, but it's been like this since last summer, and I cannot do it anymore. I keep telling my kids, I'm like, how much food do you think we're gonna find in here that we didn't know we had? Because it's just in so much disarray. So I went onto Amazon. I got me some organizers that I'm super excited about. I'll show you through each of the organizers, and I will link everything down below. I also got a label maker. Unfortunately, the label maker doesn't work, and so I'm having to send that back, and hopefully it'll be here tomorrow and we can get everything labeled and finished off so it can be my super perfect, beautiful pantry that I've been dreaming of pretty much ever since I moved into this house, but just didn't want to put the time, money, and effort that it needed. So let's go ahead without further ado and get into me showing you what this pantry looks like. We're going to organize the heck out of it today, and it's going to look amazing. So let's do this. So outside the pantry doors, are you guys ready for the big reveal to see what we're working with here? All right, let's do this. Oh my gosh, I don't even have to open up both doors. Look, I mean, just look at this. There's crap thrown on the floor. Don't know where half of what anything is. I don't know where half of anything is. Like I said, I know the basics and essentials like honey, sugar, flour, stuff like that. Like I know I have the canned goods. I know I have certain ones. So I have a general idea of things that I have, but for the most part, there's probably a lot of stuff in here that I had no idea that I had. So that is what it looks like up there. And oh my gosh, we are going to organize this and make this my dream perfect pantry. And here's the organizers that I got from Amazon. So I got some white baskets that look wicker but are plastic. I got these little can organizers. I got 2 of them. I got this little snack organizer. However, it doesn't fit in my pantry, so I'm gonna have to leave it separate, which I'm fine with. I think it's gonna look great and do great. I got these airtight cereal containers, and I also got I think there's, 14 pieces of a food storage container set. So it's like these little things. And we have all different sizes. We have more over here. And then here are the cereal containers. And like I said, I bought a label maker, but it's broken. So I'm just gonna have to do good old sticky note with Sharpie to put what everything is. So when I get it in tomorrow, I won't have to worry about what everything is. So let's do this. Can I just take a minute and say wow real quick? Because I know what the end result looks like. Y'all, just wait until you see the end result. Now, that I'm editing this, I'm like, how did I ever have a pantry like this for several extended months? It's crazy. Anyways, what I'm doing right now is I'm literally taking everything out of the pantry and just creating a complete fresh slate. And I'll go through and I'll talk to you guys about what I'm going to do and like how I'm going to organize. But for now, we're just going to focus on taking everything out of the pantry. And then once everything is out, since they're wired shelves, the shelves didn't need to be wiped down, but the floor was kind of a mess, so we're going to vacuum and mop the floor.
Make me blind, you will always be there. There's no doubt in my mind. You will always be there, heading out to see ya and leave the rest behind. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be there. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be the one to hold me. You will always be the one who knows me. You will always be, come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, I know you will.
So of course I spilled pasta because that's totally a Jill move. But I'm so glad that my son was there to help me pick all of that up. And I just want to say real quick, y'all, I bought like gallons of water so that I could have for my surgery. So when I was upstairs, I wouldn't have to have the kids keep coming downstairs to get me water, or I wouldn't have to keep coming downstairs to get water. And how about I totally forgot that I even bought it. And I didn't realize it until I started cleaning this out. I was like, oh yeah, I bought water for my surgery and recovery. Telling you, this is your sign. This is your sign that if your pantry is a mess like mine was, girl, put a little bit of time, maybe some elbow grease, and get that pantry organized. You will be so glad that you did. I promise.
Always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be. Come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. You're the one that I need.
Okay, so this is insane, you guys. There's so many things that I've found duplicates of, and this is why it's so important that you stay organized. So we've got all of that. We've got stuff on the ground. We've got all of this. All of that. And then we have this. The table is completely covered. And then we even have things in the chairs. Like, there's so much. It's insane.
Okay, so I really didn't know where to start. I'm going to be honest. I sat there for 10 minutes and was like, where do I start? And then I remembered I had these little can organizers. So I was like, okay, let's start with the cans. And what you see me doing right now is, now that everything is out, I wanted to see, could they fit in my pantry on the wired shelves, and they can't. There was not enough room. And it was fine because it looks amazing on the floor. I was just trying to avoid putting on the floor, but it looks great. So that's where we're starting. We're starting with cans, and I'm going to get all of the cans from everywhere. They were literally everywhere, scattered all about around the kitchen. So I got all the cans, and we got to organizing them on these little or can organizer. These are really great, by the way, and I highly recommend them. They are linked down below, and they're also going to be in my Amazon favorites storefront. So now it looks like I'm just kind of like standing around snacking, which I'm going to be honest, I kind of am. But at this point, I'm like, okay, again, just kind of what am I doing? When you have this much stuff in front of you, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So you just kind of have to either just go for it and just go at it, or pick and choose maybe small things, and eventually you'll get there. And that was my philosophy. And that's kind of like how it goes when I organize. I don't really know, and I don't go in with a plan. I just kind of do what feels right, and it just all comes together and it all works out. So whether you're super organized while you're trying to get organized, or while you're doing it like I am, where I am like, I don't have a plan and I'm super overwhelmed, it's up to you. do you, and I promise it's going to all work out in the end. So don't be too hard on yourself. And also don't let that aspect of the whole organizational process stop you from starting. So I kind of piddled around a little bit, and then I decided, let's go ahead and make a bread basket. So that's what I did first. And then I just decided to start dumping things in my containers. And I just kind of went from there. And that really seemed to work for me.
What's it like to be the one that he turns to when he's out of answers? What's it like to be the one that he comes to when he wants to dance? And I wonder what's that like? I have got him on my mind, but he doesn't know my name, and I'm running out of time. I wish you felt the same, and I'm acting stupid.
I just have to say the amount of oatmeal that I had in my pantry was embarrassing. And that's why it's so important to be organized, because I didn't know I had oatmeal because I couldn't see it. So I kept buying it and kept buying it. And I still have, if I'm not mistaken, 2 full big containers of unopened oatmeal that did not fit in this ginormous container. That's a lot of oatmeal that I was buying. And I didn't need to.
Want to keep it nice and clean, not freak out and cause a scene. I try to hold it together, keep it together. Not sure who I really am, just be cute and super bland. I try to hold it together, keep it together. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to lose control. So baby, put the record on, baby, put the record on, hit it. And I've been needing that crazy, and I gotta let it go. So baby, put the record on, I'm not gonna need that song, hit it. Monday came and swept away all the fun of yesterdays. But I'm gonna hold it together. This ain't forever. Need a shot and then a beat. Somewhere to let off some steam. I'm not the one to say never, never say never. Been playing it down, but I'm so getting tired. Now won't you meet high? 'Cause I've been feeling that crazy, and I need to lose control. So baby, put the record on, baby, put the record on, hit it. And I've been needing that crazy, and I gotta let it go. So baby, put the record on, I'm not gonna need that song, hit it.
So I got most of the things in the containers, I think, until I ran out, but I didn't want to bore you with more footage of that. It was just basic pour, go, label, and then that's it. But now we're working on doing the cereal bars, and I did a couple of different ways until I found my sweet spot of what I thought was going to be perfect and what was going to be perfect for my family as well. By the way, this thing is amazing, and it's something I highly recommend. The thing is huge, but I think it works just as great and looks just as great separated as it would together. So, yeah, if you don't have a pantry that would hold the big thing, you can totally do it this way too, and it's fully functional and amazing.
walking down the street like an alien. They say time will heal, but I don't have patience. You packed your things, now we begin the erasing. All the memories slowly start to fade in. The days move so slow, I know I gotta go. But I can't get anyway. 'Cause I'm still in love. 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 I don't check my phone, I don't wanna face it. Everything feels wrong and there's no replacing. What we had is gone and it's all too late. And I'm better off, but I can't deal with this aching. The days move so slow, I know I gotta go. But I can't get anyway. 'Cause I'm still in love. 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 'Cause I'm still in love. I can't deal with this aching. I can't deal with this aching. I can't deal with this aching. No, I can't. No, I can't. 'Cause I'm still in love. Still in love. I'm still in love. Still in love. I'm still in love. I'm still in love. I'm still in love. I'm still in love with you, boy.
So I'm finally at the point where I can start putting things in the pantry, and y'all, this literally makes me so happy. I'm sure you can see the smile on my face. I mean, just to think how it looked and how it's looking, it's just amazing. It's night and day. But here I am finally able to put the baskets in, and I'm also going to be putting in the containers as well. Even though I'm going to have to individually take all of them out to label them, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of get an idea of what the pantry is going to look like. And again, it just looks so amazing, and I love it so incredibly much. I could not be happier with how it turned out. I cannot wait for you guys to see the before and afters. Seriously, it is incredible. This is probably the proudest I've ever been for a video in my life. Well, in the years that I've been doing YouTube anyways. But yeah, anyways, I'm just kind of fixing the lid because I needed all of them to be the right way, of course. And now I'm just taking this little silverware container that I got from Pier 1 probably like about 4 or 5 years ago, and I'm just putting all of my plastic spoons and forks. And then I made a grocery delivery order from Walmart because I wanted more containers, because I had a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, I would love this to go in a container, and I would love this to go in a container. So I went ahead and I washed those off camera because this video is already long enough and I didn't need to really show all of that being done. But yeah, I will, like I said, I'll put everything down below if Walmart still has the containers that I purchased. But yeah, I totally did a delivery in the middle of the day, an express delivery. I had to pay an extra $10, but I was on a mission, and I was like, this pantry is going to be done today. And then the only thing I had left to do was the labeling. So that's just what I'm doing here, just finishing up all of the rest of the food to put in the rest of the containers that I just recently purchased and had delivered to my house.
Come with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can.
I have been at it all day. That was very overwhelming for me because I took everything out and I was like, I don't know where to start. I don't know where anything is. So I'm glad it's done. I'm glad the only thing left to do is to really organize the containers and label everything, and then the pantry will be good to go. So I will see you guys whenever my label maker comes in to finish up the pantry organization.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around.
So it is the next day or 2 days, I can't remember, but here we are just having to take all of the containers back out of the pantry and just individually label everything. So I labeled all of the baskets, the little snack bin thing. I don't know what, I guess it's what it's called, the little thing that's like on the turntable thing that turns around. The cereals, I just labeled everything. And this was probably my favorite part. I didn't know how much I loved having a label maker until I purchased one, and now I'm labeling everything and it looks so good, and it's really just making my OCD, or not really OCD, but my type A personality just really, really happy.
But there's something about you I like, about you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to say If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die.
Now it is time to officially organize everything and put everything in its place. This was actually really easy for me, and here you see me just like so happy with my work. I'm just so excited. So here we have the top. We have paper towels. We have a bin for overflow. Yes, I know. I literally have a basket for ramen and taco shells, but if you guys saw the amount of taco shells that I had, again, there was so much in here I didn't know I had. But I've got dog treats, paper goods, cereal, muffin mixes, our granola bar type things, chips, all of my basically food that I put in the containers, like nuts and baking goods like flour, sugar, granola, breadcrumbs, pretzels, like anything that I basically have in my pantry pretty much at all times, is what I have in the little canisters. And then we have K-Pods, we have some marshmallows, some graham crackers back there, sides, those are some more snacks, a bread bin, and then dried fruit. And then of course down at the bottom you have all of the canned goods, and then I also have a cooler and Bella's extra dog food. So just a reminder, I told y'all it was intense and it was insane. So just to remind you, this is what the pantry previously looked like. This is what we were working with. And if I can tell you a secret, it was actually worse than this. We had actually gotten, I think some things had gotten taken out or something, I can't remember. Or maybe my son had picked some things up off the floor, but it was actually worse than what it is, or what it was. And then here is the after. Like I said, night and day. I could not be happier with how it turned out. It literally just makes me so happy every time I open up the door. And I want to bake more. I want to cook more. I'm loving it so very much.
So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If it was very motivational, inspirational for you, then make sure you share it. Subscribe if you are new here. I will see you guys in the next one. I have more kitchen organization that I want to do, and I got some fancy little gadgets, some really cool little gadgets for my spice cabinet, cabinet, that I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Wait, don't go yet. Don't click off the video. So I have a surprise for you guys, just to show my appreciation for those of you that have made it 2 hours and 14 minutes in this video. I want to show my appreciation to you. So I am going to have one of you win a $50 gift card. I'm not sure. It can just be, I just might give you cash. Or if you want a specific gift card, maybe to a nail salon. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But $50 is going to one person that has made it to the end. So all you need to do is look down below in the description box, and it's going to tell you, basically you just need to be subscribed. You need to share this video. You need to like this video. You need to make sure your notifications are turned on. And you also need to comment the kissy face emoji. It'll be our little secret. So if you want, you've already put a comment or something, go ahead and leave that comment, but just put a kissy face. Don't put anything about entering into the giveaway, so that the people that haven't watched to this point won't be entered into the giveaway. Is that cutthroat? I'm sorry. It's not meant to be, but you guys know what I mean. Like, I want to give back to those who are supporting me and, loving on me. And I know that not everyone has 2 hours and 14 minutes to watch a video, but those of you that, watch my videos in the background while you're doing other things, you don't know how much that means to me. And I just want to give back to those of you that are supporting me. So again, $50, I can Venmo it to you. I can give it, I can get you a gift card, however you want it, but do the kissy face emoji and all of the other things that I said, which is, like this video, comment. I'll list it down in the description box. So that way I will pick one winner 1 week from today, and I will respond to your kissy face emoji and I will have you email me so I can give you your gift card. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I love you all so very much. You guys are amazing. Have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.